Hello and welcome to Math 8 Unit 3B Lesson 3. Today, scholars will make predictions about data based on the correlation. So this is why we do this, is so that we can make predictions. So, how can we use the line of best fit? So let's look at how we can do this. We're being asked, what pressure would you expect at a height of 7,500 meters? So we're looking at barometric pressure. We're comparing the pressure and the height. So to find out what pressure you would expect at 7,500 meters, we're simply going to come over here and come to halfway between 7,000 and 8,000, and we're going to go up until we get to where we think it would be on the line. So it'd be somewhere like right about here. So between, let's say, like 39. So I'm going to say that pressure is 39. And that's all I did. The next one asks me, what height? So now we're looking at what height would you expect a pressure of 10 kPa? And then we don't even know what that is. So we're going to go over here. So we want pressure of 10. So I'm going to go across here until I figure out where that would hit. And that's going to be somewhere over here. Let me do this real quick. So it's going to be off my graph, right? And that's fine. So 10 kPa, I'm going to say this line would keep going down. It'd probably hit 10 right about here, which would probably be about, let's say 12,000. Okay, and that's all we're doing is we're making predictions. And these ones will have a range of correct answers. So this would be about 12,000 meters. And we want to make sure that we're using our correct units and that on these. Okay, so let's look at this one. First question is, what two pieces of data are being compared? What two pieces of data are being compared here? So where do we find that? Well, we're going to find that right here. We're looking at test scores and hours studied. So we're comparing test scores, and that's actually the title also, you notice. Test scores and hours studied. Those are our two pieces of data. Test scores and hours studied. So what do you notice about the general trend? When we're asking general trend, we're asking about correlations. So I notice that this sort of goes up, right? Not perfectly. So that is a positive linear correlation. It is going up from left to right. Positive linear correlation. And I would expect that. I would expect that if you studied more, you would get a better test score. Positive linear correlation. So if it's asking about trends or patterns, that's what you're going to look for, correlations. Sorry, I can't write and speak at the same time. Okay, so here's the next question. The same data. If you were told a student spent half an hour studying, about what grade would you expect that student to run the test? Again, what we're going to do, we're start here at half an hour. And we're going to go up and say, okay, well, I would expect that student to have maybe like a 68. Again, this would be a range. What information did you use to make that prediction? And so I estimated, or I could actually have drawn a line of best fit and then use that and put in that is my X. So I estimated, or I used the line of best fit. So our line lets us guess where the answer would be. So we could actually write this equation just like we did in the last one. Okay, now let's look at this one. Describe the relationship that you see between the two sets of data. Describe the relationship. Okay, well, in this case, I see a positive correlation because I see that it's going up. Ooh, that's a bad line. But it's sort of going up, right? Generally. So this is a positive linear correlation. And if they don't use the word linear, that's okay, because when we talk about positive and negative correlations, we're speaking about linear. Correlation. So if you were to guess at the y value that might correspond with an x value of 25, what would you say? So remember, x is down here on this bottom one. If I had an x value of 25, that would be right about here. So we're going to go up from here. What would I say it should be? Well, I'm going to say it'd probably be like right about here based on where I drew my line. So that's a value of like 62. And that's the y value. I just go across here to find the y value. Okay, so if you were to guess at the x value that might correspond to a y value of 63, what would you say? Okay, so again, now I'm going to come over here to, let me choose a different color, sorry, so I can make this very clear. If I have a y value of like 63, just like right here, we come across, I'm just going to come across, and I'm going to say that would be right about there, which would probably be about a 20, let's see, was that like a 23? 23? Oh, no, 26. I don't know, somewhere right in there. But again, this is something, it's definitely be more than 20. But it's not going to be too much more than 20. So these are things where we're making estimates. Again, we can write the line and then use it and put in the x or y values to find it, or we can just go ahead and make an estimate for our graph. Okay, so go ahead and work on your assignments, and I will see you in class.